Human beings do that more than any other creature, or unlike any other creature. Then, of course, I won't break this surprise yet, but tasbih in this surah is going to have a special purpose. We'll discover that as we explore this surah, inshallah. Just about this ayah also, Allah mentioned the skies do tasbih first. Whatever's in the skies does tasbih, and whatever's in the earth does tasbih. Why are the skies mentioned first? Well, they came first, so it makes chronological sense. They do a lot better tasbih than us, because angels, they flood the sky. They do a lot better tasbih than we do. And there's a lot more to the skies than there is to the earth. Quantitatively, it's much, much more. So the greater tasbih is the skies, and then we get to the earth. The word ma is also really cool. I keep translating it as whatever's in the skies and whatever's in the earth. The word whatever creates, I wrote the Arabic word here, al-ibham. Ibham means ambiguity. It's not specific. It's not specific. And that means the way that tasbih happens is not specific, and who's doing tasbih has not been specified. And you don't know, someone who is rebelling against Allah today might be doing tasbih of Allah tomorrow. You don't know. You know, the Umar bin al-Khattab that we knew before Islam and the Umar bin al-Khattab we know after Islam, maybe 5 minutes apart from each other. Before lack of tasbih, after a person of tasbih, right? And then I wrote an Arabic comment here, تقديم الجار والمجرور على الفاعل, which actually means that it is only to Allah that everything does tasbih. Nothing else deserves it. Nothing else is that perfect. What did you learn about tasbih so far? The image I want you to keep in your head, the swimmer that doesn't what? That doesn't submerge. That's the image, yeah? Allah says, Sabbih bismi rabbika al-azim. So Allah says, make the names of Allah, do tasbih with the name of Allah. I want you to understand that concept in a simple formula. We're going to see that soon. One of Allah's names is Al-Malik. What does Al-Malik mean? Anybody? Good, the king. If you talk to anybody and say the king, are they immediately going to think of Allah or going to think of someone else? Someone else. The Arabs of Arabia, when they heard king, is their first thought Allah or is their first thought someone else? Someone else. The holy, Al-Quddus, the holy. They were holy people. They were holy saints. They were holy priests. They were holy institutions. When you hear the word Al-Quddus, the first thing that comes in somebody's mind is Allah or someone else? Someone else. When you say Al-Aziz, the authority can also mean the minister, the governor. Allah or someone else? Someone else. Al-Hakim, the wise. When you say the wise one. And the average human being in the world, you say, I heard the wise one. I was reading, or I got to know the wise one. Are they thinking about Allah? Because it must have met some old man. Must have met some author. You understand? These words, the mind goes to someone other than Allah immediately. You understand that, right? Allah chose words, and Allah knows language better than we do. Allah is the creator of language. Allah chose words that take the mind to someone other than Allah. And that's part of the formula. Now I actually have to think about the king and what's behind king? Kingdom. The concept of kingdom. What's behind the holy? The concept of holiness and purity. What's behind the authority? The concept of power and authority. What's behind the wise? The concept of wisdom. I have to think about these concepts and how human beings show these concepts. And then I have to remove all the imperfections that human beings have per concept. And once I remove all of them, the name will have tasbih. Now it's ready for Allah. You understand? So actually, the words as we hear them are imperfect. They're imperfect. Now we have to do the exercise of cleaning them. And what's the exercise of cleaning them called? Tasbih. That's the exercise. So when Allah says, يُسَبِّحُ لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ الْمَلِكِ الْقُدُّوسِ الْعَزِيزِ الْحَكِيمِ, we're going to try to do tasbih of each one of these names. Because that's what's being demanded of us. You understand? And that's how tasbih works. It's a really beautiful exercise. It's a mental exercise and even a spiritual exercise that we're going to engage in so we can appreciate something really awesome about this opening ayah.